Students, welcome again with the same chapter number 7, Getting to Know Plants, which is part 2 of this chapter. Alright, now we will study about two important functions of leaves, photosynthesis and transpiration. Okay, now we will study first about important function of leaves, that is transpiration. We know that roots will absorb water and minerals from soil. Some of the water is utilized in the process of photosynthesis for the preparation of food. Then the excess water is transpired by the leaves in the form of the water vapor. And this process is called as transpiration, right? Okay. We will now prove leaves to transpiration. For this you have to take medium size and well watered plant. Then remove all the leaves of one twig of this plant and cover this twig with the polythene bag. Like this. You have removed all the leaves from this twig, and then you have to cover twig with the polythene bag also. Then cover any other twig with the leaves with polythene bag also. So we have covered this part also with polythene bag, but we have not removed the leaf from this twig. Now leave the plant in sunlight for an hour or two. After 1 hour or 2 hours, you will notice drop of water will appear on the inner side of the bag that cover the leafy twig. Can you see the drops of water over here? But there will be no water drops seen on the inner side of the bag. Over the twig without leaves, there is no water droplets over here, right? This shows that the leaves do transpiration. Leaf release excess water in the form of water vapor to air. Here we remove the leaves, so there was no transpiration, so we could not notice, we didn't notice any of water droplet over here, right? And in this part the leaves perform the transpiration, right? So we can see these small water droplets over here. So this is proof that the leaves perform transpiration. Alright. So with the help of some experiment, we will know, trying to prove that leaves carry out photosynthesis and prepares carbohydrates. We have studied in chapter 2, that is to test the presence of carbohydrates on starch. We can perform iodine test, right? So we will perform this iodine test on our leaf. But before that we know that our leaf is green colored, right? And if we will put iodine solution over it, we cannot clearly observe the color change because it already colored. So first we will turn our leaf into colorless. So for that you have to take the leaf and put this leaf in the test tube and then pour spirit over it. Then you have to put the test tube in a beaker which is half filled with water. Then heat the beaker till all the green color from the leaf comes out into the spirit in the test tube. So now your leaf is colorless. Now we clearly observe the color change. Then take out this leaf and wash it in the water. After that, put it on a plate and pour some iodine solution over it. You will observe that the leaf color has changed to blue-black, which indicates the presence of starch in leaves. Alright. So green leaves make plants food by the process of photosynthesis using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight. This is photosynthesis, and let's study transpiration. Leaves gives out excess water in the form of vapor through the process of transpiration. We will study about photosynthesis and transpiration in detail now. So plants prepare food by the process of photosynthesis, and photosynthesis occur in leaves of the plant. Leaves absorb carbon dioxide from the air, water and mineral from the soil and in the presence of sunlight, and with the help of chlorophyll pigment which is present in the green leaf. The leaf produces carbohydrates releases oxygen. This is the process of photosynthesis. All right. On the surface of the leaf there are very tiny small pores, tiny openings called as stomata, and these stomata help leaf to the absorb carbon dioxide from air and release oxygen into the air. Basically it helps in gaseous change. Okay. Students, now look at this page. Now study about roots. Okay. So the roots help in holding the plant firmly in the soil. Roots absorb water and minerals from the soil, and the stems transports these to other parts of the plant. We already know this, right? That the roots absorb water and minerals from the soil and they hold the plant firmly in the soil. Okay. There are two types of roots, tape roots and fibrous roots. In tape root system, there is one prominent and long main root and a bunch of smaller lateral or side roots that grow from this main root. Okay. So this is tape root. Can you see the long main prominent in the root and the side roots are lateral roots are coming out of this. So this type of root system is called as taproot. Okay. Now we will study about fibrous root system. So in this type of root system, all the roots emerge directly from the base of the plant. They do not have a main root. Alright. So can you see that they do not have a main root and all the roots are directly emerging from the base of the stem. So this type of root system is called as fibrous root system. Okay. After studying about stem and leaves, we will now study about flowers. Flower is mainly the reproductive part of the plant. Different part of flowers are petals, sepals, pistil and stamen. Pistil is the female reproductive part of flower and stamen is the male reproductive part of flower. We will now study about each of the part in detail. Okay. Let's study first about petals. So the colored part of flowers, can you see this? This colored part, this pick one, red one, yellowish one, oranges. This magenta one, this colored part, these are called as flowers petals. Alright. So sepals are small leaf-like structure. The outermost green color part that enclose the bud. This is sepal. These are sepals. Alright. The green leaf-like structure below petals, these are sepals. Now you have understood the difference between sepals and petals, right? So let's move forward. So we will now study about pistil and stamen. Students, I told you that pistil is the female reproductive part and stamen is the male reproductive part of the plant. So this is pistil and this is the stamen. Alright. So let's study about stamen part. So stamen is the male part of flower. It is the pollen producing part of flower. This is stamen and it has two parts. This one is called as anther and this is called as filament. Another produces pollen grains. Alright. Now let's talk about pistil. Pistil is the female part of the flower. It consists of stigma, style and ovary. So this is pistil. Okay, look at this picture. These are the petals. These are the sepals over here, right? Now this is the female reproductive part, pistil. This is stigma. This is the style and this is ovary. And these are one over here and stamens, right? Let's move forward. Now we will study about ovary. Ovary is the lowermost or swollen part of pistil. Students, this is ovary. Ovary is the lowermost or swollen part of pistil. This is ovary, right? And if you cut open this ovary, you will notice that there are small bead-like structure inside ovary. This small bead-like structure inside ovary are called as ovules. Alright. So now we know the pistil is the female reproductive part. It consists of stigma, style and ovary. And stamen is the male reproductive part and it consists of anther and filament. Right? Now we have understood the parts of flower. So this is petal, these are sepals, this is stigma, this is style, this is ovary and together it is called as pistil. This is anther and this is filament and together it is called as stamen. The male reproductive part, right? And pistil is the female reproductive part. Alright. So here with this we completed our 7th chapter of science textbook, that is getting to know plants. Hope this video is understanding and useful for you all. Thank you very much. Bye bye.